your upcoming opponent, Hilarie Rose. Thoughts on her and, your breakdown of her skill set.
Okay, so I have a lot about Hilarie Rose. One, I think she's very skillful. I mean, if you watch her, you can tell she has skill. She's more of on the well-rounded side. But if you really break down Hilarie Rose, that's where I like to get into things. I really like to study my opponents, and for Hilarie, I think she's great. She seems sweet. She has skill, but she has not fought anybody. I mean, she's 4-1. She lost her debut to Lindsey Williams, who Lindsey Williams is not going to discredit Lindsey Williams, but Lindsey Williams was also on the losing record side. And I definitely thought that Hilarie was the more well-rounded for that fight. And then after that, she went on and fought all girls except for one girl with losing. So for me, it was more so, okay, you can look great against somebody that's not good. I watched her last fight was against a girl who was 1-5, who I personally know from watching from back in the day. And I look at the fight and I was like, wow, Hilarie looks wonderful, but anybody can look wonderful fighting someone who's not very good. And so for me, I'm like, what happens when she gets brought into deep waters? You don't know. So for me, I'm excited to see how her fighter instinct comes out. Like, I really want to test her and bring her to where she doesn't want to be, and that's on the feet. If you watch her fights, every time she gets in an exchange on the feet, she'll shoot a takedown. It's obvious what she wants to do. It's obvious where she wants to bring it to the ground. So for me, I have the better fighter IQ. I mean, I'm gonna keep it on the feet. I'm obviously never scared to grapple anybody, but I'm not going to give her what she wants. She has to take me to the ground, which I'm no easy person to take to the ground. So I'm really just pumped. I'm really anxious. I'm obviously like 2 weeks out, so I'm getting in like that killer instinct mode right now. So, but yeah, I think she's great. I'm excited to give her a hug after the fight, but until then, I want to rip her head off,
How do you see the contract winning performance happening, and what do you visualize?
Oh, I envision for sure me getting the contract. One, I'm an exciting fighter. I mean, if you watch my fights, you know that there's going to be something exciting that I do. So for me, my husband constantly tells me, listen, you alone in your style is, sorry, you alone, hey, you alone, your style is entertaining. So for me, Cash, I just need to go and perform. I just need to go out and be myself, and I know I'll get that contract. And I'm really looking forward to looking at Dana and telling him to sign that contract.
Great.
The opportunity is going to be against Cheyanne Buys. What do you know about her, and what are your thoughts on her skill set?
I know that she's she's skilled. She moves really, really well. She's not afraid to come forward, but she's also not afraid to like step back and let the other person come forward. She looks like she has a really strong double underhook and a judo throw. But she moves well. Like when me and my coaches watched her fights, we enjoyed watching her fight, Again, I've said this to other people before, like I have so much respect for the people that I fight for, or fight against. Like I don't fight with anger. I fight because I genuinely love to fight. It's who I am. It's what I love to do. And I'm expecting the best version of Cheyanne. I'm going to assume that she's training just as hard as me and she's going to show up on fight night. And the thing is, I don't know how the fight will go, but I think that we both want to perform and that we're going to make each other look good at different times of the fight. So I think it's going to be really cool. And she seems like a cool chick and that she's ready to go out there and have fun. And so am I.
With what you just said and, looking forward to the fight, what do you think separates you from Buys?
I think that my grappling might be a little better, and that's what's going to separate us. I don't know much about her grappling. Not that I'm not confident on my feet, and I think that I could stand with her also, but I think that if it gets to the ground, again, I'm not underestimating her ability and her skill. I don't know what she's training and prepping for the fight. But I've been grappling. Grappling is my life. I'm a brown belt. And then it's MMA grappling. It's different than regular grappling, but I feel that, I probably maybe have a little bit of an advantage there. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Always. That's why you fight, right?
That's right. That's right. You know, anything can happen.
Exactly. That's the beauty of this sport. Now, the performance, you know, you said that you don't know what's going to happen, but when you visualize a perfect performance in front of Dana White, what do you see?
You know, I see a finish, of course. I can't visualize exactly what the finish will be, but you know, what I see in comparison to her, you know, I like to finish fights. She's had more fights that have maybe gone the distance than I have. So I think I'm always going for the finish. You know, a fight's a fight, and if I'm going to see an opening, I'm going to try to take advantage of the opening. I think I'm good at that. I think that I'm also a coach, so I coach young kids. So I think having that outside view of a coach, I'm able to maybe see some openings that maybe she won't see. But, you know, I don't know.